Hi there, my name is Cupicate, and welcome back to clangen with the Willow clan. Now last time we left it off on the 30th moon, and we still need to roll to see if Iristar can pull through on this final chance, or if she will succumb to the disease. Everybody else has been cured, shockingly, but I will need to roll to see if the infection spreads as well. So we're going to start with dice rolls, and we'll continue with our story from there. Riverjay awakens in the morning. It's a gloomy day, and a dusting of rain has already settled on the ground, and a few droplets still linger from the sky. She senses something in her heart, some kind of sorrow, a solemnness to the air, and she takes a breath before she hears Raccoon Creek beckoning her to Iristar, tears in her eyes. She didn't make it, Raccoon Creek says. Our leader is gone. Iristar did not survive the curse. Her body, riddled with mushrooms, could not take the pain any longer. Iristar will no longer be leader, as she has passed on, but a strangeness fills Riverjay. Usually she can feel a leaving or a lingering of a spirit, but she doesn't feel that with Iristar. Instead, she feels something like oil tugging on her heart, seeping down uncomfortably, and she realizes that Iristar did not go to StarClan, but she can't really figure out why. As far as she knew, Iristar was an amazing leader. Sure, she had her moments of bloodthirstiness, but she cared about her clan, and she certainly cared about her kits. So why didn't she feel the lifting of a spirit? Why does she feel like the spirit is lost in the muck of the dirt? And she ponders that, because she still thinks this may be some kind of a curse, but she can't put her finger on why the cats are cursed. Now that Iristar has passed, Starling Dapple must take the role as leader, and we will go ahead and promote her. She is heartbroken to lose Iristar. She feels as though she's ready to take the lead, but there's always that thought in the back of her head, am I good enough? Will I be as good as Iristar was? And she's unsure, but she will try her best, and she will lead a vigil to honor Iristar, to share tongues for the last time. When Starling Star goes to receive her lives, a queen introduces themselves as Marshpool. What an amazing name for cats that live in a mire. And she is granted a life of compassion. Forest Heart also arrives to grant Starling Dapple a life of certainty. Fallen Kit arrives next, giving a life for perspective. And Stone Jay is there, giving a life for determination. This one stings as it rushes in to Starling Dapple, but she grits her teeth and accepts the life. A young cat named Greypaw stretches up, giving them a life for mentoring. Shard Slip strides forward, giving them a life for grace. Grouse Skip is there as well, giving them a life for strength. Another unfamiliar cat is there named Windpool, offering a life of selflessness. And then a cat arrives named Hollowstar. Starling Dapple doesn't recognize this cat. Cat that led a clan once residing on that land. Hollowstar gives Starling Dapple a life for pride and warns them pride is important, but it is also what took them and their clan down. And as Hollowstar leaves, sudden whispers rush into Starling Dapple's ears. The willow, the willow, the willow, the willow. It's overwhelming, and she is knocked back from getting her lives. She still has them, but the whispers still ring in her head. What about the willow? When Starling Dapple returns as a full-fledged Starling Star, she approaches her mate and tells them what happened, talking about Hollowstar, who they never met, a cat that once resided on the lands they live on now, whispering something about a willow. And they assume that it's the willow that they live. And now River J is more sure than ever that there is something like a curse residing on the land. And they discuss briefly if they should possibly leave. Starling Star decides that after everything that has happened, they will not send anyone on patrols. Instead, the cats will huddle together as the rains come more and more and just love each other. This has been a hard path they've taken. They went to this land in hopes of a new start, and now the worst has happened. During this moon, Starling Star chooses Elrun to take over as deputy. She is more sure of this than ever, and she doesn't feel a need to wait to decide. Elrun has more than earned the ability to be a deputy. Gus Noise wails when they see the body of Iris Star, still and cold in the clearing. They sit vigil that night as grief fills their heart. As the vigil draws to a close, someone suggests that Gus Noise should eat. It feels like dung in their mouth, and they know Iris Star would want them to take care of themselves. Iris Star's body lays in the clearing, and Melting Heart nuzzles up beside them, wishing only to feel the warmth of their parents' presence. After the vigil, Melting Heart makes it a point to remove scraps of foliage from Iris Star's nest before it is cleared out. They are comforted by Iris Star's scent and the strands of fur they left behind as they drift to sleep that night. Oh, her babies already miss her. Starling Star does not wait and says the clan must eat. And so she sends out patrols to gather food, but she's noticing that the rain is falling more, giving them trouble crossing the river. Even though these cats are pretty adept at swimming, the rains are making the current stronger, and they're having to use more energy just to find food. It is the next moon, and nobody is showing any signs of the curse or illness. River J is wondering if it may have died with Iris Star. And the clan seems to go back to normal a bit. Elrun finds an abandoned litter and decides to adopt them as their own. I cannot wait to see these babies. And then Rotwhisker is feeling better, having their dislocated joint popped back into place. So now we have little flicker kits, crested kits, and ridge kits. I will have to roll to see if any of them possibly carry the infection. I'm very sad. So when you find out if a cat is infected, you have to roll 1 through 10. 1 through 5 means they're not infected. 6 through 10 means they're infected. I rolled a 7, a 10, and an 8. So all of these cats, these little kits, have come with infection in their bodies. Also, thanks to the multitude of extremely helpful viewers and commenters in both the YouTube comments and on Discord, I have learned that even though an apprentice has aged up into an adult range, they do not earn their warrior name until they reach a certain level of experience. So if any of you are confused or wondering if it's a bug like I was, it's not a bug. This is how they've done the game now. I actually really like that, because even though you're a trainee for a certain period of time, that doesn't necessarily mean you learned enough to be a warrior. So I think this actually makes more sense, and I'm really happy they did this. Very exciting. So Jump Paw, even though they look like an adult, they're still an apprentice because they haven't gained the experience needed to become a warrior. The patrols were mostly successful, with the exception of Jump Paw getting bitten by a fox but not losing their life. They did get plenty of food for the clan, and things, like I said, appear to be going back to normal. And Starling Star is able to breathe a sigh of relief as they snuggle next to River J in the medicine den. Now it is the 33rd moon. Both Elrun and Starling Star agree that the kits are ready for apprenticeship. Flicker Kit steps forward and is given the name Flicker Paw, and touches noses with Melting Heart. So Melting Heart has received their first apprentice. Crested Kit does the same, and Gus Noise is given Crested Kit as an apprentice. And finally, Ridgekit becomes Ridgepaw and will be apprenticed by Elrun, their adopted parent. I thought we would take a moment and actually look at the relationships because we haven't done that in a bit. Starling Star has now reached 120 moons. She is feeling the age hit her a little bit. It seems as though she pretty much likes everybody as far as I'm aware, but she does love Riverjay. Elrun hates Modelfur. Woo! That's a lot. But they have a lot of platonic love and security with both Riverjay and Raccoon Creek, trusting them to take care of her if anything were to happen. Riverjay has a ton of romantic love for Starling Star, and I just love that so much. I love seeing the green bars. The green bars make me happy. Raccoon Creek has much platonic love for Elrun as well as Riverjay. Milkpaw and Jumppaw have a very, very good relationship. I imagine since they're siblings that would be expected, but some siblings don't get along, so I'm glad they do. Gust Noise hates Melting Heart, like what I just said about siblings. Wow. She hates Melting Heart. That is crazy. But Melting Heart also hates Gust Noise. Oh my goodness. I didn't realize they hated each other so much. That's crazy. This is why checking this is so important. I forget to check it, but it tells such a greater story if you are watching these types of things. So Melting Heart hates his sister, but she hates him too. Oh my gosh, brutal. Jumppaw has the same love and trust for their sibling. So we have siblings that hate each other and siblings that love each other. And then we have our new kits. So Starling Star will say that she wants the new apprentices to go out on their first hunting trip alone to see how they do with their instincts. Elrun is a little nervous about this for Ridgepaw, but trusts her leader. Ridgepaw does extremely well with their very first patrol, finding a dumb, fat, and slow rabbit that they're able to bring back and enjoy with their clanmates. Crested Paw is not as lucky, finding a burrow with a rabbit running away, unable to catch it, and the rest of the burrow is empty. So no luck for Crested Paw, but they did survive their first trip. Flicker Paw is a little lucky, finding a small mouse and being able to catch it, killing it with one bite. So since Melting Heart and Gust Noise do not like each other, I'm no longer going to send them on patrols together. I was doing that before because they're siblings, but maybe Starling Star and Elrun, seeing how much they dislike each other, have decided to not send them on the same patrols, thinking that it's best for patrols to be successful if they aren't together. Oh, very interesting. So Gust Noise and Starling Star went out on a patrol together, and they find a kitty pet who's interested in joining the clan. I see the new art and I love it. Let's see if they can convince this kitty pet to join. It looks like they cannot. It seems like the life of a wild cat in the mire itself scares this kitty pet, and they go back home. Now on the 34th moon, a kitty pet named, how do I pronounce that? Gyoza? Please correct me if I'm wrong. Please, is it Gyoza or is it Gyoza? Gyoza? We're gonna go with Gyoza. Waits on the border, asking to join the clan. They decide to keep their name. So it's possible the other kitty pet went back to a neighborhood nearby and told this kitty pet about their experience running into the wildcats, and Gyoza said, ooh, I want to go join. And so here they are. Let's go take a look at them. What a fabulous cat. So he's a senior adult, a orange smoke pelted long furred male with pale blue eyes, a bit strange, but is a fantastic teacher. Experience is competent, and he is super excited to be a part of the clan. I'm super excited to have him, actually. Let's see how he does. So Starling Star is going to test this kitty pet, saying, I'm glad you joined, but I need to see if you have any skill. And so Starling Star will send him out on his first hunting patrol. He does well. It seems like after a bit of a tussle, the fox who is leading over the carcass of a deer is unwilling to fight over it and lets Gyoza take the rest. So that is very successful for our new kitty pet. And now we're on the 35th moon. Inspired by Milkpaw's boundless energy and courage, Riverjay names them Milkspot and welcomes them as a full medicine cat. So Milkspot is now the third of our medicine cats. However, upon their ceremony, they are diagnosed with green cough and they cannot go on patrols after. Hopefully, they're able to help Milkspot so they can be a medicine cat that possibly helps find a cure to this curse or this infection. I also rolled to see if any cats would be infected on this moon, and I was fortunate no new cats will be infected. However, our kits, who are now apprentices, are still infected. They aren't really showing many signs yet, but it's going to happen on the 37th moon if they can't roll to fight the infection themselves. But we won't find out anything about that until next week. I hope you liked this. If you did, tickle and poke that like button, subscribe to join our family if you haven't already, and jingle the bell to get notified of when I post ClanGen videos. Also, feel free to join Discord if you are 13 years of age or older, and follow me on Twitch. I love you guys. Thanks again for watching, and I will see you next week for more of Willow Clan. Bye!